What is this? It's kind of light. Oh, my body starts to shiver. Worries will, I'm on a high. Oh, I've never felt like this before. Got to let it go.
When you move abroad, there are some things you can't take with you. But there are some things you just can't leave behind. For international health insurance, choose Allianz Worldwide Care.
Hello, everybody. This is David Evans from Washington, D.C. I'm so happy to be on Pick TV Network with one of my favorite co-hosts in the world, award-winning Brother O. How you doing, Brother O?
I'm well. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Man, I'm good, man. You've been traveling all over the world, man. I'm trying to catch up with you. I thought I lived in the nation's capital, man. Look at you going all over the place.
Yeah. And I'm very fortunate, with the work that I do, but then also being an artist. And I think that I think that they're not separate, they're intertwined. Being an artist, I believe that a person should use his art as a way to raise awareness and as a form of activism. So I've been fortunate enough to be able to do both and have an impact.
I'm so proud of you, man. You know, you have 3 awards coming up in November for Black Friday, the show of the year, the story of the year. You know, our heart still goes out to the person who lost his life down there, man. And you were right there to go live, man, and support the family down there. Just give us an update on what's been going on in Chicago, man. You know,
Yeah, man, so many things. Unfortunately today, and I don't want to talk very long about this, but so one of the people that worked at the organization, one of the staff members, she had a funeral today. A fortunate incident happened with her. And so earlier today I attended the funeral for her. She was doing work, nonviolence work. So I just wanted to, mention that. That was very unfortunate, but just a shout out to her memory. Keep on her legacy. Her name was Lynn, and she was doing a lot of positive things in the community, giving back. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, yesterday I actually attended a meeting with a group called the Civilian Office of Public Accountability.
wow.
Yeah. And so that was I learned a lot. It was a whole lot of information. I was, glad to be able to be part of that and to learn. And hopefully I'll be able to learn more about some of the work that they're doing. Along with there's a group called the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability. And the reason why those groups are important is because we need to have groups like that that are in the community that are active to help us be able to, fight the forces of evil. With King and nonviolence, what Dr. King talked about was fighting forces of evil and not people that are doing it. And so you have to have people who are part of those organizations to be able to help do that. So I was glad to be able to be part of that meeting, talking about a community. Think about this Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability. So holding people accountable who are in the higher places, who are in authority to make sure that they do the right thing by the people. So right. I was glad to be part of that. And then obviously, if you've been watching me, different events that I've been at, I've been allowed to present.
Yeah, definitely. We're always excited, man, about what you're doing in Chicago, man, and also the Pick TV Network family. We all love Brother O. First of all, Brother O is he's a legend, you know, for Pick TV Network to have you on, man, and to do so many things to help the Prison Freedom Channel take off and grow, man. I mean, you in your like 30th episode, man, of bringing people on, man, and you were just telling me about an incident with some brothers on the other day. We didn't get a chance to air that, but we will soon, man. Can you give us an update on the status of that new show coming?
Yeah, you know, I haven't really had a chance to keep up with that as much. I know I've been seeing some things on like Facebook where they were posting, and I don't know. I will check on that. I'm glad that you reminded me of that. I'll check to see what the status is right now. I know that the last time I checked, that store, the gas station, was still closed at the time, right? I can't say for sure, but I will check up on that. I'll probably try to do it tomorrow, see if I can make a contact with somebody up there and see what the current status is on that situation up there.
Yeah, you're doing amazing things, man. You know, we have a special guest on today joining us for, you know, and I want to bring him on the screen, Brother O. He lights up like Santa Claus, man. When I see him come on, he reminds me of Santa Claus, man. He make us smile. And come on, O, let's bring him in and, you know, give him an update on, you know, his life story and what's going on in his life today. Talk about our special guest, Brother O.
Oh yes. So today, our guest is Robert Red Ross, and he actually has been hosting a show, or been a co-host with me on another platform entitled The Big Payback, and he's been doing it for a long time. He's been involved in media for a while, and we have, you know, similarities as far as our experience, you know, within the Department of Corrections, but then also just wanting to use media as a way to be able to raise awareness and enlighten the masses. So he has that same passion that I have, and so that's why we have a kindred spirit, and we bond, and we're able to relate with one another, and we go out and together, and we try to educate people about the importance of unifying and not attacking one another, so that we continue to perpetuate the violence and the hatred that has been so prevalent in our community. So without further ado, I'll give you Robert Red Ross, and I'll allow him to tell you about himself, his history, and what he aspires to do in the community.
Well, it started with a humbleness of leaving Batesville, Mississippi in 1957. When I landed here on 43rd in Indiana in 1957, I was staying with my uncle and my cousins, and it was about 13 of them and only one of me. But where they lived at, if you look it up, if you pay any attention, it's called the Ritz Bowling Alley. Their house, it was in the basement next to the Ritz Bowling Alley, where it was one of the first bowling alleys in Chicago. Just like I had moved on to live on 55th in Garfield, where all the presidents rolled down when they came to Chicago. That's where I met Kennedy at in 1963, shook his hand. But I was 7 years old. But at the time, it was something, it became something later on after he got assassinated. But at the same time, just coming through the ranks, coming through, going to school, the first elementary school was Burt's Elementary. Then I went back to Minnesota and went to school for a few minutes. But coming up through the ranks in the community, in the neighborhood, being a Boy Scout, singing in the choir, Ursha, collecting the money from the church members and things of that nature, just raised me up in the different approaches and different features where I could see and look at things and learn things. And now I can give it back to the children. A lot of people say giving back, but they don't really know what it means. My grandmother taught me at 7 years old, if your feet don't match your mouth, put your feet in it. If you don't walk it, please don't talk it. So, I was held accountable to things that I didn't know was accountability, because I just thought they were just mean people, but they were teaching me structure. And without structure, you have no code of conduct. And that's what's wrong in the streets today. The children don't have a code of conduct. When we see Miss Johnson coming down the street, we picked up the dice and pulled a red wagon and took our groceries to our front door. We've lost that. But who is around to tell us to go back to that? Because you have to go back. Everything goes up, must come down. Not might come down, it must come down. So if you're flying too high and you don't see the bottom, you'll be on the bottom.
So, Mr. Ross, I'd like you to talk briefly about your experience being incarcerated. What was that like, and what did you learn?
Well, from a lesson before, what they call a wine head bit, that's like a year or two or something. You dress out in that 6 or 7 months. But when I got a life sentence, that's a whole different turn of events, because you don't know if you're going to get out. And it was Robert Ross versus the United States of America. So even if you think you're a star, you fight 52 stars. So that means you could never win. You battling uphill. You never seen anybody ice skate uphill. During the process of being incarcerated like that and seeing that, whoopings wear off. But when if your mother punishes you, you have to look out the window when the other children are playing in the rain, snow, or sunny day. That's a heck of a punishment. See, when I went to the penitentiary and recognized that was act right time, if you don't act right, if you get out, you can come back in here. And I don't think nobody wants to return to be a returning citizen if they have any knowledge or wisdom of what their parents taught them. And then you don't want to be caged up like that. So I've seen an awareness and a way to use it if the Creator answered my prayer, which he did, because when you're in the federal penitentiary, no money, a lawyer can really get you out. That's a different term. But if you submit to the Creator, he knows your heart, because, you can say what you want to say. People tell lies or say anything they want to say, but God knows your heart. That's why if you could, it's difference with Stevie Wonder wrote The Keys of Life. He never had sight, but his heart was great.
Right.
Well, he was letting you know that it's not your eyes that's blind, it's your heart. If your heart isn't nothing, how could you be anything? So with the conditions of my heart and how I turned and how I felt, if the Creator helped me get out of that situation, and he did, I'm here to tell you about it. Because if you're in the federal penitentiary and you have a life sentence, 15 to 30 years, that's a life sentence. And you don't see no way out. So the only way you could be out is by the laws and guidance of the Creator. So if you could be mindful in there and obey in the prison, you can obey out here on the street and be mindful of that. Because if you don't, they have a place for you.
So I know that, and you know as well, that incarceration can harden some people's hearts. Why do you think that it didn't harden yours?
Because I was always looking, fear is faith. Unless your fear ain't really what you're saying it is. It's faith. So my faith was that I was going to get out. I felt the spirit of the Creator, and it changed my outlook on things and talking and helping people, because I didn't want to go back in there, and I didn't want to have no attitude when I got out. I wanted the wind to blow any way it wanted to blow, and I wanted to flow with it. And when you take things the wrong way, you come out the wrong way. So I came out in a teaching mode, a learning mode, and a sharing mode. Sharing is caring. I don't talk to people or share with people I don't care nothing about. And that's not many people, because we're all the Creator's people. Nobody created themselves. So, there's no color scheme, no Ukrainian, no Russian, no Polish, no German, no none of that. It's just the people. The Creator said, take care of my people. He didn't say a people or the people.
Right.
My people.
Okay. So you've been doing media for a while.
13 years.
Yeah, tell us about your journey. First of all, when did you begin to take interest in that?
Well, it was like this, young man. It was I had a organization that I was building from inside the penitentiary called Robert House, and you know what I do: motivational speeches,
right,
mentoring, youth, help the youth, talk to the elderly and get some wisdom and understanding, resource information. I forgot to tell you, Orion, I gave a job fair in 2011 at the U.S. Bank on the second floor, and got 75 people hired.
Wow.
They,
Wow.
I should have kept doing it, but I had resume writers. Somebody, you know, the people in the organization helped me put it together. It was so smooth that we had resume writers and CTA people right there helping me with the program. And the people, the 70, like I say, 75 people got hired, and the resumes was written as they was going for the jobs the same day. So
Wow.
it was kind of smart. It was sparkling, and I got on the radio show by a friend telling me that his brother owned the radio show. The friend was the guy that I taught how to play basketball at Inglewood in 1969. 1973, 79. I was going back and forth to Inglewood High School helping the children learn how to dribble and play and coach. But at the same time, I asked him to ask his brother to read my card off at 2 o'clock when they came on the Butt Naked Truth on 1570 AM, the Big Gospel Express. So he told his brother, he said, if you really know him, bring him to the station. I'll let him go on and do his own thing for 15 minutes. So I was nervous. Never been on media before. I've been in the media, but not on the media. So I went in and he let me read my card off. And as I read my card off, a miracle came that like 15 people called. And he was saying, you know that many people? I looked 15 people was nothing for the. Then after I told him I know hundreds of thousands of people, he started and asking questions. When was I coming back to the show and this and that? I was only supposed to come for that 15 minutes, mind you, Orion. He left me on for an hour and a half because of the calls. Then he told me to come back. I came that Tuesday. He told me to come back that Thursday. I came back that Thursday, and he got maybe 25 calls between the show and my conversations, and people calling in talking about what I did for the youth around that area, kept them out of trouble, and told them about the things outside the curriculum of the neighborhood where they didn't have to go out to find out unless they were just hard-headed. So a lot of those people that used to sit on my car talk when I came home to talk to them, one of them was the head of the FBI agency in Washington, D.C., Richard Dixon. Right. And by Hello America being in Washington, D.C., they could check because he just retired a few years ago. And he became the head of the FBI. Another guy came, a CIA agent, and one in Afghanistan Secret Service. I can't mention their name because they're still active.
Right, right.
But as they retire and come off, they'll come on the show where we had and talk about it. Even Mr. Dixon that I'm telling you about, he don't mind talking about it because it meant a lot to him in his heart. How I helped them avoid some pitfalls in the community. They didn't have to go through it because I was telling them about it, and they were good listeners. And but when you were saying about the radio show, when I came on for those few shows, he ended up asking me to come back for the whole next week. Then after that, the next week, and after that, the next week, and after that, the next month, and after that, it's history. 13 years ago, I was on for an interview and ended up getting up and ended up going all the way, and it groomed me because Boise was on Channel 19. It helped me be on 9 TV shows for over several years till he passed. And he was telling me to be a great host, don't be the guest too. When somebody say something that you don't like or something that you want to sway that you think should go their way or another way, you can't tell them that because the people have their own opinion. And if you don't get mixed up in a conversation with somebody about their opinion and stay the host, you'll be a great hostess and not a guestess because you can't be both.
Right. And it's very important to use media to be able to get information out to people that can raise awareness, because we know that a lot of times media, entertainment, and so forth are used in a negative manner. And so you have to have people on the other end of the spectrum who are going to utilize it in a way that's going to be positive and constructive and to uplift the people in the community and bringing to light things that they didn't necessarily know and or maybe have had a misconception about due to being miseducated. So it's very important to have platforms such as PIC TV and Also,
It's very important because just to throw in a few short versions, Oprah Winfrey. Let's use her inside family rape. She could have turned out to be something other than who she is, one of the richest women in the world. But listen, see, that's the difference in when you asking me, why didn't I come out of prison bitter? Didn't nobody put me there? I put me there. I have to straighten it out with the creator. I can't be angry at nobody because I went in there. That's why the officers asked me what you just asked me. How you have a life sentence and you walk around here smiling every day? First of all, you didn't put me here, and what would I be frowning for? It takes too many muscles around your heart to frown. So the lesser the frowns is the smile, and that's only one muscle. So I like smiling because it makes things happy. It lights up rooms. You disarm people with a smile. And just to throw in another quick one, Angela Mayo. When she got raped, she held it for 3 years. And when her uncle found out, he took care. But look what she became, a great poet.
Yeah.
She went forward, not backwards. She didn't take that no way, but that she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and God got her back. See how the fear turned into faith? Right. I have examples. I have conversations and things that, when you say something, you have some scenarios behind it. You can show things, you can show people. And my giving back mentality has been inbred in me since I was 7, 8 years old, because I was the only child and I always shared with the neighborhood. I always had more money to go to Riverview and other places, and I took everybody with me. And I never played big time or big guy. They eat their money up and mess their money up, and I still have to give them car fare, and I gave them the same amount of money I had. I always been able to manage a little change too. I don't get strange when I get change. Right. I stay the same. Yeah, I love my people.
Yeah, and Maya Angelou. Yes, what you meant. But I think that we said Angela. But
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. No, but everybody, I'm sure, like people who are familiar, sure know who you're talking about. I just clarify that for people who
appreciate that. Yes, sir.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take commercial break, and we're going to come back with Robert Red Ross. This is the PIC TV network, and for those who don't know, Robert Red Ross has been a co-host with me on one particular episode before when we were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but also on another platform entitled The Big Payback. And so Robert Ross will be accompanying me sometimes while I'm here on the PIC TV network. So we just wanted to give you an introduction to who he is, part of his journey, and what he is aspiring to contribute to the PIC TV network and to the people who are watching us. So we'll be back after our commercial break.
They say your eyes are the windows to the soul. They're also the windows to your health, because they let eye doctors see what's going on inside. Think about this. A comprehensive eye exam can be an early detector of serious health problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Shouldn't you see your eye doctor yearly? Go to thinkaboutyoureyes.com to learn more and for a list of local eye doctors. It could help save more than your vision.
Obviously got back out there and got the sack, got in the backfield. How excited were you just to be back with the guys and on the field?
Man, just feeling blessed, man. It's been a long time coming for me. I was just a blessing just to be running around on the field, being out there with 9 on the guys. I think that was the most, exciting thing for me.
What was it like at 21-3, down early in this game, and how did you guys stay together?
Yeah, it was weird. We never really, let it hit us. Because a lot of, they came out, a lot of trick plays here and there. Really, it's not like they were just running the ball down our throat. Second half, they ran out of those little plays. And, we practice on just keep chopping wood, just keep coming. And, that's just what we did. We just continued to go. And my offense put on a hell of a game. Sam, EB, the O-line. We got it the same day.
Chase, that was your first heck in almost 2 years because of all you had gone through. What did it feel like to get that again?
honestly just feel blessed, man. I just feel blessed, man. Thankful that God put me back in position to do what I love to do.
When you get them, does it feel different? Does it feel like old times? What does it feel?
I mean, honestly, it feels good as a sack. I put my prayer hands together and I gave him the glory. So.
Hey, Trace, Coach Barry talked about just the connection.
Hey, that's one of the Washington Commanders. So you know we're on the road, brother. Oh, we haven't lost a game, Doc. We haven't lost a preseason game. We 2-0, and I'm just excited. DC is pumping. We happy, you know, brother. Oh, I understand we going to the Super Bowl, but I'm not saying we not going. You know, so I'm gonna take the wins, man. So that's my man Chase Young. We're gonna try to get him on Pick TV Network. But I'm excited about the brother you got coming on, man. And I want to salute you, brother. Pick TV Network. This is the Prison Freedom person right here. Award-winning shows, award-winning stories. On Black Friday, he will be awarded with 3 awards this year. His Grammy, you know, his Dove Award, his Oscar Award for all of those shows, man. So let's get back into it with your special guest, brother O.
All right, definitely. And you know, I'll just like to say this: you know, it's not about awards, man. And even if I did win one, those awards are for the guys who are still going through that struggle that I and Mr. Ross had to endure. And I just going back to what you were saying about some of the things that have been going on here up in Chicago. So I went to the Juvenile Detention Center a few weeks ago. I don't know whether I mentioned that or not, but on a previous show. And then just last week, I was actually at Stateville Correctional Center. And, you know, I was able to go back and because a lot of those guys have a lot of time. I mean, they've already been incarcerated a long time and they still have many years ahead of them currently. And they're fighting to get their liberty back. But I wanted to give them hope that once they got out, that there is a world out here waiting for them that will allow them, that provide them with the opportunity to prosper. That it's out here if you are sincere. And so, for myself, do I like to go back into places of captivity and bondage? No, but I know that it's important so that they can see someone like themselves who have already endured what they've gone through and have come out and been able to have a successful transition. So without further ado, we'll bring back our guest and our guest / co-host, Robert Red Ross.
You know, that's funny you saying all that because I was going to ask you, but I don't really have to ask you. When I got out off of that life sentence, which I kissed the ground like Marvin Hagler, but I went back in to see some of my sons. And that feeling of being able to walk out is a whole nother kind of feeling when you had being incarcerated such as we have. And I know you said you don't mind going back to give them something, but it still was an amazing and astonishment when you went back in, even if it was for just a second, to know that you was coming back out. You wasn't held. And me going to see my sons and looking around, I had so much to say to them with the understanding. They was looking through the gate and the bars and the glass and me like, Daddy, you changed, huh? Because, you know, what I was talking about to him was educational and going forward and not being bitter at nobody but yourself, because you turned the key. When you go to court with your family, they go out the door going home and you go to the back. So you can't be angry at nobody but yourself. So once you learn the things and traits of when you're being incarcerated or doing things that hurts not only you, it hurts your family. Because when you get locked up, you lock your family out. Because you got to call them to ask for gym shoes and wham whams and Zuzu money or money order or make a phone call. So somebody on the other end is being incarcerated with you, but just the bars are not in front of them. But there you have, if you feel the hurt and pain of that, because my grandmother had came to see me down at the MCC, and they had asked her if she had some wire in her bra, in her brassiere, she would have to go back out and this or that. So the counselor, they told me what they had said to my grandmother. She didn't tell me, but I knew. But I was saying that hurt me more than being doing the time, because she had to come out there and go through that excruciating mess and conversation like that. I have a conscience, and it stood up because I was angry, but I also had to be angry at myself for looking at the position I put myself in. See, when you talking about somebody wearing wires on you and this and that, telling on you this, that, you talking on yourself because you had a choice and you didn't make the right choice. So anger is one letter away from danger. So you have to, it's so much education and learning in the prison if you use it right.
Right.
See, I looked at it as a college. And I proceeded to know when you go to college, you can't come home every day. So I lightened my own blow. And then I had 3 virtues after several years. I figured out to let go and let God, because anything human beings try to hold on to get away anyway. So let it go.
Yeah.
He can. It's a plenty of things that me and you and the host can't do that the Creator can. So get out of his way. It's his will, not yours, and it will be done. I didn't say it might be done. It will be done. Those are the 3 virtues I live by. Let go and let God. You can't, he can, his will, not yours. And I subsided with myself to be peaceful in the conscience of my own walls of my own mind. I told a young lady that lost her husband. I say, you can't say it once or 2 or 3 months and think it's going to fit in. It took me 3 years to keep saying it for it to fit in. And when she finally got it, she called me, Mr. Orion, and said, thank you. I didn't know what for, but I knew something good. She said she realized that when she let go and let God, she was feeling better. When she remembered he can, she got even better. When she knew it was his will and not hers, and it will be done, when she incorporated in her psyche, she understood it. You can't say those 3 things and look for magic. Oh, yeah, it's going, this ain't no Alexander. This ain't no Merlin the Magic. This is something and then incorporated in us, like your literature and your learning and your remembrance of your poetry and your poems. Those are different levels that you go through. Like violent prevention has 3 different levels. It's just not one level.
Right.
With different levels. Like when you talk about the beloved community and other things, how about getting to the problem before it starts?
Right.
It's different levels. I'm just only using scenarios to commence to what I'm saying. But it's like that jail could be detrimental to you, and it could be good for you. The ones that is good for, they doing shows like this or helping people and going through the community and packing a lunch, because there's no free lunch.
Right.
But for the ones that take it the wrong way, the recidivism rate keeps rising. If we can help get that communication across to the youth and the elders, because we don't just have a youth problem, we have an adult problem.
And I'm glad that you said that, because that leads us to our next question.
Yes, sir.
So how old were you? First of all, how much time did you serve, and how old were you when you were released?
Oh, that was 13 years ago. I'm 71.
So that means that you were 58.
There you go.
Right. So how much time did you do?
I've done 10 years, 10 and a half.
You were 47, yes. 48. And and I asked you that question because it just goes to show you, because we look at a lot of our youth, and a lot of them are, they're being incarcerated and they're getting these long sentences, and it's just, a lot of people, society, and some of the people who are in authority to hand out this time look at them as being incorrigible. But you are showing, you're a prime example of how a person later in his age to actually make a transformation,
Yes, sir.
a transformation, a good transformation.
Yes,
You
sir.
can help yourself. And so, to have you as an example of a
Yes, sir.
person who done that gives people hope
Mhm.
that even though we may have some people out here who are doing some bad things and making wrong choices, that they can one day change their lives. And they may not do it immediately. They might not get it in the beginning. Because sometimes, even with myself, it can be discouraging to
Mhm.
try to give out this information to people, try to educate them, to try to raise awareness, and then to have them reject it. Sometimes it's discouraging, but it may not be that person's time to change. But just because they're not showing that they're receiving it at the moment doesn't mean that they won't end up, um, making that choice to to do better for themselves and for their community. And you're a perfect example of that because later, you got locked up. You're almost 50 years old, but you still, didn't let it harden you. You still chose to change your life. It
Yes, sir.
just took longer,
Yes, sir.
but you did it.
Yes,
And
sir.
so other people can do it as well.
Yes, sir.
You didn't give up on people
Yes, sir.
necessarily. And a lot of people have done that though. They look at people and say, "Oh, well, that person is, you know, is an old fool or whatever
Yeah.
term you use."
Yes,
But
sir.
you just give up on people. People, as long as you're breathing, there's still hope.
Yes, sir.
They have a change of heart, and I'm glad that you're around to show people that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because several years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, I just got my doctorate degree in broadcasting and communications, science of broadcasting and communications. So I've never stopped learning. My mother told me you only stop learning when you're dead. So I know I'm still living because I still learn things. Able to come out of that Desmond Crip and making speeches, spoke at Black Wall Street that I learned about later on in life in Oklahoma when all the fighters was there, all of the champions that ever won a championship was there in Oklahoma when I went to speak, and they was talking about taking me around the country speaking like they did when I spoke for Kim Fox at Olive Harvey. But Oklahoma was a different kind of tiger because to speak down there where they had all those businesses at, it was an outstanding welcome from the Indians and most of the other organizations groups down there because I was on the stage with the mayor and I was the I can't think of the commencement speaker. And I didn't know what the commencement speaker was when I first did it at Malcolm X, but as I read and studied, I understood what it was. So I knew I hosted the whole gamut down there in Oklahoma, and that was a great step up to be traveling in Oklahoma. It's just like traveling inside of a prison because I didn't know nothing about it and I don't like flying. So they pushed me on the plane and I guess they gave me a drink because I fell asleep while I was there. But it's just a monumental moment to pass it on to hope somebody else can hear it and understand it and try to understand that you can make jail a school and not be a fool. And for the knowledge and time that the creator give you your briefing, you only sitting down for a minute unless you have a life sentence. But my point is, if you go into that library and do your work, you'll find out some things and some cases that people had like yours that you can use as a rule and get out on. But I don't know nothing about law, and I didn't know anything about law. So with the help of the creator and the spirit, I read some books and read some lines and put some writs and habeas corpus in, and here I am.
Well, one thing about it is that you understood the law of attraction.
Yes, sir.
The law of attraction, what you put out into the universe, and
Yeah.
so once you had a change of heart, what it did was it actually brought back those good positive vibrations in your life, which resulted in you being able to be released again,
Yes, sir.
and to be able to see your family.
Yes, sir.
And it doesn't always the the how can I say, the things that we attract in our lives, you know, they always manifest
Mm-hmm.
same form of fashion. But I'm a true believer in the power of self-talk,
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
also a true believer in being able to manifest things in your life. Now, sometimes it doesn't always happen the way that you want it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
These things do happen, and you know, from my own experience, I'm experiencing that right now. The many opportunities that I'm getting right now that have been coming my way in these last 2 years, and it all
Yes.
began from putting the energy out there at first, and the same thing with yourself. You know, you're putting the energy out there, and
Yes, sir.
you doesn't always translate into a lot of money or fame or things like that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it depends on what you call money too.
Yeah, definitely. I
It-
mean,
the spirit has no price.
right. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's definitely true.
Yes, sir.
Now, before we go, tell us a little bit about Harold Davis. I know that he was a person that was very dear to you, and
Yes,
you
sir.
a
He
lot.
was
So,
a pioneer on research. He never said anything that he didn't have proof of, because that's how you get into lawsuits in different cases, speaking about people or things of situations that you know nothing about. Whatever he spoke about, he had the evidence to it. He could give you the information. And I learned that similar in the penitentiary, Orion, when the imam said, if somebody can't give you the reference to a hadith or a story that they telling you about, then stop listening to them. Because if you don't have any reference to send me anywhere to learn about what you're talking about, then you just, you just blowing, you just big teething. You're not telling the truth. You just want to be somebody at a certain time, because we have a title deficit in our communities. Everybody want a title, but they're not doing nothing for it. The title belongs to the creator. That's why they say the glory go to God. Whatever you do, however successful you are, it goes to the creator. And when you step in to try to take some of his glory, anything can happen. Like sailing on a spaceship, what Bob Marley say, anything can happen. That's why you got the yellow and white lines in the street. It only means stay in your lane. They're not just for you to stay on the other side of the line, but staying on the other side of the line keeps you in your lane and you won't get run over.
definitely. So we're not gonna hold you up.
Thank you, sir.
We know that tomorrow you have somewhat of a busy day, and yeah, to be on this show, call that number 202-505-2738 if you want to be on the Big TV network, and also support so that we can continue to provide you with this wonderful content that that's good for the soul, that's good for the spirit. We're
Yes,
all in positivity here at this network,
yes,
and
sir.
bring a good vibe to the community. So definitely make a donation so we could continue to provide you with this content. My name is Orion Meadows. I am your host, and I am with our guest slash co-host, Robert Red Ross, and
Thank you.
he also experienced being in captivity in the Department of Corrections, but he's been out how long? 13 years now, and
Yes,
has
sir.
come back, and he's been making positive contributions in the community. He likes to help a lot of people. He has a good heart, and so it's an honor to have him here on the Big TV network. And he has to speak tomorrow too. People have asked him to speak about his experience and about how his life is a testament to going from being a violent person in the community, committing criminal offenses, to actually being a person that is having a positive impact and wants to just give back. So tomorrow he'll actually be speaking before people and telling them about that.
Wow, Brother O, just to have you on, man, another award-winning show program for you, Brother O. It's already there, man. Y'all see that? See his name
Yes,
on there?
sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all see his name on there? That's his brother O's right there.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
the Freedom
That's
Show.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is big too. He got two more. Got two more to come. You know, he's been on Pick TV Network, and brother, you have been a blessing to me, man, to me as the people around the world when they watch the Prison Freedom Show and come on like you have the guest on today, Benny, the Jerusalem Gangster. You had so many people on. The brother who had 90 years and he served 35 years out of the 90, came out, has this degree, and now Robert's on. You know, I never knew he was in, and he had a life sentence. And look at him out here having degrees and helping people. 13 years of his life being free, doing amazing things, man. This is what the Prison Freedom Show is about. You know, it's about bringing people on and telling the wonderful things that they're doing, productive in society. Brother O, man, you got the number one show of the year, man. Once again, man, it's just, and you're so humble, man. Beaming it in from Chicago. Folks, let's support this show. Brother O puts everything into it, bringing on guests. And a lot of people don't remember me and you first started. Oh, we would do like 3 shows up to 2 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah, we put in a lot of work, but it's serious, you know. And that's what I mean about the law of attraction, manifesting things. I remember I hadn't been out that long, but I was with Professor Lee, and we were at this one event, and people, you know, we were just talking about certain things in the community that were needed. And one of the things that I talked about was, I can't quite remember what the question was, but my response was that I wanted to use the media. I felt like using the media to be able to project positive imagery to our community, because that's what's needed to try to shift that paradigm, because there's so much negativity that's being pushed out there. We're being inundated with all of these images that are harmful to the spirit, to the soul. And so that's something that I said, that's the way to fight back, to counter that, is to take the media and use that as a powerful force to bring positivity and to raise awareness to our people in the community. And this was I hadn't met you, but I spoke it into existence. Yeah. And then slowly it came to me in, different forms. And here I am right now. And as I said, Robert Ross, same thing. I met him at an event where we were doing a fundraiser, and I remember him telling me that he hosts a show on the radio. And then I got back to him. He was actually part of the committee that we had for the fundraiser. We used to meet every week. And I think that we had met for weeks, probably around 2-3 months or something like that, working on the fundraiser. And then one day I came back to him and was like, hey, didn't you say that you host a radio show? He's like, yeah. And so he brought me on, and then we began to, almost similar to you and I, how we began working. That wasn't the plan at first. It was just, the plan was just I was going to come on at one time, but we, what's the word that I want to use? That we vibe, and we've continued to work, and we've been working with one another on with media, talking about nonviolence. We've gone to, sometimes you might not even see him, but there are times even when I'm at poetry events, he's there. He's just in the background. So we've been working on a lot of stuff together, whether it's reentries, so many different things, but they all are, they're all meant to work towards what Dr. King said, building a beloved community. All of these things are needed. All of these different things are needed to be able to do that. So we got to take advantage of that.
Man, yeah, and I can't say thank you enough, Brother O. I can remember the first day that we met. You were doing some poetry, and you came on Pick TV Network to do talk about your book. And you got to do a poem before we leave, man. You got to do a poetry before we leave. And then you asked me, can I help you with the Prison Freedom channel? And I had built this channel a year, and I didn't have nobody on because I never been to prison. I know nothing about it. And I said, I'm gonna wait till the right person come, Lord. You send me to help build this channel. And then you said, can I help build the Prison Freedom channel? And I said, yeah. You said you just came out, you know, you said 24 years in. And next thing I know, Brother O, you were Benny on. You brought on, you know, so Jerusalem Gangster. You brought on so many other people coming on, man, with their stories. Then you had public officials on who were helping people, man. Then you had some folk on about how they can bring books into and help people, man, and men and women. And it just grew, man. This thing just grew like wildfire. And today, we just got word. This is the #1 rated show, Pick TV Network, cooking channel, business channel, sports channel. But this is rated #1. I got to tell Michelle Cox because she's gonna say we supposed to be up there. Michelle Cox gonna say we got some status too. And I want to say to Michelle, I know she's watching. Yes, your show is up there rated in the top 10 on Pick TV Network. And Patty from New York, yes, yours is rated too. We have The Legacy Show with Patty from New York, and Michelle Cox, of course, every Wednesday. Her show is rated also #1 on Pick TV Network, The Importance of Reading. And I'm just so proud, man, of you, Brother O, man, bringing people on, going into the field. I know we're getting ready to go back into the winter and everybody coming in. But Brother O, you've been to so many places over the summer, man. You've been out there in the field, man. This is the first summer you're working with Pick TV Network in the field, because it's a different between, you know, man, you can come on right now and we can it's popping every time we come on. We done did hundreds of shows together. But when you on the field live out there with people, man, it's amazing, man. You go to these different cities and you say, let's go live, Dr. Evans. I want to go live with this setting. It's amazing, man. I want to commend you for just doing a fantastic job this summer. Now it's getting cold, brother. So we gotta bring it on in there. You know, Chicago, y'all need overcoats, man. It ain't like DC.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You know, that's what it's about, though. That's what it's about, having boots on the ground. At the end of the day, you have to do that. You know, sometimes it's difficult. It tests you. It challenges you. But if you love the work that you do, you have to go out in the field and get it. You know, there's a saying like, get it out the mud, and you have to. That's the only way. Because being comfortable, if you always comfortable, then that means that you're not working as hard as you need to. Because sometimes you have to be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. The things that are necessary, that are important, and to get to where you're supposed to go. So you can't always be comfortable. I mean, we like to be that way sometimes, and it's good to have the leisure time and so forth, but sometimes you have to challenge yourself, and you have to be in a place of discomfort if you want to get to the place where you need to be.
Yeah, man. So give us a poem, man, before we roll out, man. Give us something. I know it's off the cuff. I know you got to, you know, go into that laboratory of that genius brain, man. But throw something out there to us, boss.
All right. And I usually don't freestyle, but I guess I'll do it just for the night. So bear with me, guys. Struggle is part of our existence. It is something that we need to get to the place so that we can enjoy the fruits of our labor. Once we achieve struggle, it is deep in our core. It is something that is needed so that we can learn how to be more of ourselves and achieve our greatness, so that we can live to fulfill our potential. Struggle. It is not something that we should run from, but instead we should run to. Struggle. It is something that helps you become the best of you. Struggle. It is that thing that has been etched in the fabric of the cosmos. Struggle. It is something that we need to become our best. Struggle is something for us all so that we can answer the call to be the greatest that lives within inside of us, that God has given from the time that we were in the womb. And we will struggle until we reach the tomb. But struggle is something that we should all embrace. For struggle is a thing that truly helps us to be great. Struggle.
Hey, Brother O, thank you, man. Pick TV Network. It's been another great show again. Brother O from Chicago. Everybody loves him. He has the #1 rated show on Pick TV Network, bringing in people who doing amazing things from prison to the public to the people, doing productive things in society. And the public officials that you had on here, man, was amazing. And I want to thank again Brother Robert, who's smiling like he got a smile outside of this world, man.
Give us a word before we go. Give us a word. You didn't know this, but Robert actually is a poet as well. Give us.
Let him come on, give something to us, Rob, off the top.
There, you keep showing up, you keep growing up. God will make it plain for you. You just have to open your eyes. When the ears stand up, the mouth sit down. Don't be no clown. Peace and love.
Wow, I like it. I like it, folks. You watch the Pick TV Network special presentation from Washington, D.C. all the way to Chicago with Brother O. He is the face of the Prison Freedom Channel, award-winning number show. Don't forget Black Friday. He's going to get 3 of these, y'all. His name up there. He gets 3 of these Black Friday, folks. Sir. We're going to go out here. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to listen to the repeats on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter. Watch this over and over again. Like it and share it. We're going into the holiday season. Brother O has something special he's going to be sharing with you guys over the holidays. It's going to be super amazing. Scan the QR code. Support this program, folks. We need everybody out there. If you can support this program with just a $20 love gift, that will help us. Everybody watching right now, if you can give a $20 love gift, that will help our show continue to go on to reach more people. We need your support. Go to scan the QR code, get your phone, you know what to do, scan it, support this network so we can help others. We don't charge people for this particular show coming on, and Brother O a lot of times supports and funds himself to bring others on. So let's get this program going even further around the world. If you want to be on this program, Brother O would love to have you to be on. All you have to do is call 202-505-2738. We'd love to have you to be on the Prison Freedom Channel. Our shows are open to people from all over the world. My name is David Evans. Thank you for your time. We see you next time on, you know what, the Pick TV Network. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Patricia Frudenberg, also known as Patty. I am the CEO of Mr. Graham and the proud team member of the Pick TV Network. I am
How old is he? Say 10 months. 10 months, and he's got Pick TV at 10 months old. Look at that. That's our brand new member of the Pick TV Network, folks. He is so happy.
He is a good happy baby.
Wow. Go Pick TV.
Listen to this. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Don't you want to be fully awake? Your soul ignited by a purpose. Oh, God. Oh, I'm serious. That again.
Everybody's gotta live.
Diana Nyad, world champion marathon swimmer.
The swim I want to do is 60 hours. That's Cuba to Florida.
Absolutely not. No. That's insane, Diana. You tried that when you were 28, and you did not make it when you're 28. You're 60.
I don't believe in imposed limitations. The only one who gets to decide if I'm through is me. Okay, just a little swim. It's 100 miles or 60 hours of constant swimming. But what I'm most afraid of is sharks and man of war. I just know I can do it, and I couldn't do it without you.
Ah, right, okay.
Everybody's gotta live.
What you want to do has never been done.
I mean, especially not for a woman. Especially not for someone your age.
Everybody's gotta live.
Get her out!
Diana! You gotta breathe. Diana, breathe now.
4 tries and 4 failures.
You really don't get it, do you? You don't even think of me.
Of course I think about you.
I watched you die. But this isn't about you, okay? This is about me, for once.
Imagine knowing you could do something that no one else could do.
I think we have a window.
Diana Nyad is back.
I know the world wants me to shut my mouth and sit down and wait to die, but I can't.
You are a force.
Diana, you got this! There's no one more Nyad than you.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love. Count on me. Don't be worried. Cast all your troubles away. Wherever you're going, just know that I'll be there. Count on me. Put on your smile. No need to frown, 'cause I'm here. Just look to me. Take a breath and look around, 'cause I have never ever let you down. My love for you will never fail.
let you down.
People come and they go.
I'll never
But
leave.
I'll be.
You can count on me.
That's my son's song, Amos Evans, Count on Me, singing with the beautiful queen. Now, I want to thank everybody for watching the broadcast today. We are excited because Pick TV Network is entering into the most wonderful season of the year, folks. Everybody loves the holiday seasons, and this is where we are again, with Project Smiles. Project Smiles is a special dear project that's dear to my heart because during this season, I give back along with your help to help people in need. We adopt families during the holidays. We help people who are on low income, especially the mom with 5 to 7 kids by herself struggling. Some people have lost their jobs. And what we do with Project Smiles, with your help, we give away toys, gift cards. We give away some cash apps to help families during this time and some food. We do our part. I started Project Smiles Pick TV Network, and Pick TV Network partners and fans got on board. It was really birthed because a young lady I ran into over the holidays said she can't have anything for her and her son for Christmas. And when she said that, I said, why? She said, we don't have any money. I already told my son we're not going to have a tree. We're not going to have a toys. We're not going to have anything. We barely made it through Thanksgiving, just so she told me. When this young lady told me this, I said, yes, you are. I said, you're going to have your tree. You're going to have, your son's going to have some toys. You guys are going to have a good Christmas. I went in my own pocket. I didn't ask anybody for nothing. Went in my pocket and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help this family. That is how Pick TV Project Smiles happen. And then others who are on my team, managers, I have 24 managers. Patty from New York, she gave a donation. Michelle Cox gave a donation. Lady Wisdom gave $100. Then we had Celeste from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She gave $100. Then we had other people on my team begin to give more and more. Coach Yvette Evans, my wife, began to give. Folks begin to give and support this Project Smiles, and we begin to grow. Then we said, now we can get more families help. So we got toys. I literally picked out toys when shopping, put them in the mail with kids' names on it to make somebody smile. I enjoy doing things like that. You know, and this is how Project Smiles happened. This is our 3rd year with Project Smiles. And during the holiday season, Pick TV Network is more than a television network. We more than a streaming channel programming. We help people. And this year, I want you to support Pick TV Network with Project Smiles. And what you can do, if you really want to help us to do some amazing things, scan the QR code right there. Support Project Smiles, Pick TV Network. Support by scanning the QR code. And when you scan the QR code, guess what? You can also give to help us adopt a family. Somebody may be burnt out. You may know somebody who needs some assistance. We want to help some families, one family at a time. And it's my goal, and I'm praying that we will help a family or kid who've been adopted. You know, I'm really, really feeling in my heart to really help a family, especially kids who are going through the adoption process, or, you know, there's some foster kids out there that I want to help. And with your help, we're going to do this together. Project Smiles. Again, scan the QR code. When you scan the QR code, you can see ways to give and support Pick TV Network. So many of you who are watching right now, you know, you're saying, I want to give. I feel something about what you're talking about. Well, take initiative to support Pick TV Network. Project Smiles is about helping people, one person at a time. I want to thank Patty from New York, because Patty from New York, she is one of our main persons who stands beside me 1,000,000% with Project Smiles. When we do this, I love the holiday seasons when I can put a smile on the family's face. It feels so good, when the family comes and they know the Pick TV Network came and helped me, supported me, and did something to make me smile. This is what we do on our network. I know Pick TV Network has a heart, and a big heart when it comes to giving, especially during Project Smiles. I'll be right back after this.
Hi, everybody. It's Michelle, the computer lady with the Pick TV Network. I'd like you to join me and my guest as we discuss the topic of the importance and power of reading. Every week, I'm going to be bringing a new guest as we dive deep into why our kids don't read and ways that we can help them. Stay tuned.
Yes, this is what we're going to do. And that was Michelle Cox award-winning show on Pick TV Network. And Project Smiles, again, our Project Smiles project is about helping kids and families in need, especially during the holiday seasons. And one of the persons who, again, stands 1,000,000% beside me during this project, all the Pick TV Network managers, 5 stars. And then, wow, when I received this commercial from Patty from New York, it's an award-winning commercial.
Hi, how are you? This is Patty with the Pick TV Network. And I want to ask you a question. Do you believe in miracles? I do. And guess what? So does Project Smiles. We have created so many miracles last year and continue to create miracles as the season comes around with the holidays. We are asking you to please give a gift from the heart, only from the heart, and pay it forward with a miracle. I do want to share a testimony of my miracle. I received a car. It was a gift. It was a great gift. It was so well received. And my friend, it wasn't a family member, it was a friend who was so generous that gave it to me. She represents gratitude. She's a person of gratitude, and she reminds me to be grateful. She sees the good in paying it forward, and she also is always giving straight from her heart. So again, I just want to share that miracles happen every day, and you could be a part of that. You could not only be a receiver of a miracle like me, but also be a giver of a miracle as well as me. Here at the Pick TV Network, we're all about love and compassion and helping each other rise up. So again, Project Smiles for the Pick TV Network. Have an amazing day, everybody. God bless.
That's Patty from New York, award-winning show that she has on Pick TV Network, the Legacy Show. You guys have saw her on so many times. She's the business manager from Pick TV Network. And Project Smiles, again, what we want to do is to put smiles on people's faces during the holiday season, especially the kids. A lot of people say, well, that's, leave it up to somebody else. Toys for Tots. Yes, they're doing the best they can. Salvation Army is doing the best they can. United Way, they're doing the best they can. There's a lot of folks out here, but then there's some people who left out. And that's we reach out and help people during the holiday season. Will you help me help others during this season with Project Smiles? We want you to help us. We're going to adopt a family, and it's in my heart to help a family that's really, really kids who really going through the process of foster home kids. Wow. Let's put a smile on some faces today. With us adopting a family, with your help, we can give away some toys to some kids. With your help, we can also put a meal on somebody's table to help some people during this time and season. There's a lot of people who lost jobs. There's a lot of people who still trying to recover from COVID. There's a lot of people who lost loved ones, and they just need a little help. And this is where we come in as PIC TV Network. If you want to give and support, you can scan the QR code. You see it right there. And also, you can be a part of our programs on the PIC TV Network. Project Smiles is all about helping people, folks. We promise that we will help people. And the more you give and support in PIC TV Network, the more we can do to help more people. One family at a time. Listen, I want to thank you for watching today. If you want to be on our programs, all you have to do is call 202-505 2837. Want to make that little correction, let you know the PIC TV Network is again your network on Roku television. Roku is the #1 streaming television, the network around the world. And you guys can be on our programs on PIC TV Network. We have room for you to be on PIC TV Network. Call 202-505-2837 if you want to be on PIC TV Network. We would love for you to be a part of our shows and programs on PIC TV Network. You also can watch us on www.watchpictv.com. Yeah, become a member of our shows and programs. We'd love to have you to be on. Call to be on PIC TV, 202-505-2837. We have some great shows coming up this fall and this winter. You're going to be seeing our shows on our Christmas shows, our holiday movies, our holiday music. We have a brand new lineup for you guys to be on PIC TV Network. Come on and support us. Come on and be on www.watchpictv.com. We on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch. We all over the place, folks. My name is David Evans. Thank you for your time. And don't forget, we also have 100 short films. 100 short films. If you want to see our short films, you can look at our movie channel, our original movie channel on PIC TV Network, or you can check us out on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. You can watch our short mini movies on YouTube, PIC TV Network, mini movies. People watching and liking and sharing our mini movies on PIC TV Network. And we're excited about all of you who have been supporting our network, supporting the shows, supporting the programs on PIC TV Network. It is a blessing to have you guys to be on and to support what we're doing on PIC TV. It is the place to be. Don't stop watching us because we got some great things to come, folks. PIC TV, your network, your shows, your programs that's on right now. Thank you for your time. We'll see you next time on You Know Where, PIC TV. Thank you for your time, everybody.
You did the two things we always talk about. What's that? You worked hard and you...
Have fun.
Have fun, my man.
It's a real star you got there.
Thanks.
Take care of those hands. They're taking you places.
I got hands. I'm gonna go pro.
You definitely could.
Easy money.
Easy money. Have you ever thought about what else you could be? Go along, son. You could be a brain surgeon. your hands could operate as skillfully as Dr. Myron Rowe. Or a sports agent, handling big contracts, like Rich Paul. What about an artist? You can be as creative as Brian Blue the Great. The art you make could inspire the world. Son, you can even be an astronaut, flying in space with Leland D. Melvin. Sure, with those hands, you could play for a team, but you could buy a team. Ownership. Get to wear the rings first.
I can do all that, Dad?
You can be anything you want with these hands.